Yeah, that is a big question. I think where we stand out and where we take pride in is we are building our system or our service on first principles of naval architecture. That means that we are building models based on physical modeling. We are using, you could say, all our knowledge within naval architecture and first principles to build models of the ship. And then we also use our expertise as naval architects and have been in the industry for quite some years in getting all the different data inputs from different sources and then combining those models with all those different input sources to come up with a very good representation of the ship's performance at sea. So that is one thing. Another thing is, based on many years of experience in performance management, also including life experience from a major shipping company, our service also supports a continuous process of improvements. So because this efficiency drive is not something where you do one thing and then you have fixed all your problems. It's a constant amount of work that you need to do to iteratively improve on your efficiencies. And this is what our system supports as well, that process. I think that's, I could talk a lot more about that, but I think that's enough for now. Yeah, broad question. First of all, we do believe that for shipping to improve on efficiencies and delivering our contribution to society in a more efficient way is that we need more transparency. So sharing of data and making data available so all can see how we are doing is a major drive in this. And here, of course, the initiatives by IMO and EU are contributing a lot to that, because ships' emissions are becoming more or less public information, and that is something that helps us a lot. Of course, also the digitalization helps us in getting more reliable data from the ships. So that can be either in improved quality of noon reports, because it will be more and more complex to play around with the noon reports, because the information you put in the noon report is basically going to be the public information that will be released, and it will be verified and so on. So the quality of noon reports will in general improve, that's our impression. But at the same time, we also get a lot more detailed data from ship owners that apply sensor data, telemetry data on their ships, which we can use to build even better models of the ships, and thereby being able to simulate much better how the ships will be performing, not only now, but also in voyages and also in next year and the year after for CII calculations and so on. So digitalization is definitely going to help shipping in the right way. But the most important thing, I think, is that it will create transparency. Yes, well, I work in vessel performance management, so I, of course, think that that is the center of the universe. But we fully realize that that is not the case. But we think that performance management will become an essential part of, you could say, improving the efficiencies of the transportation work that we are contributing to the world with. Because we need to understand the performance of the vessels better, because if we don't understand the performance of the vessels, we are also not able to improve it. And here, you could say, the modeling of the ship itself is a key parameter, because we need to be able to make all kinds of scenario simulations so that we can improve on efficiencies. Understanding the reasons why is one ship more efficient than another, and then learn from that, and then slowly get to the most efficient way of doing the transportation work. Yes, I think the introduction of the CII is, it has received a lot of criticism, and you could say here after the introduction, maybe some shipping companies are realizing that it's not just for fun, so to say. It is something that will have an impact. Yes, it will improve efficiencies, because there is a lot more focus from shipping companies on understanding and complying with the CII. Every company will say that they will try to have all their ships within a certain rating, typically C. But now this is the real thing that is hitting us, and in order to be sure that your fleet can stay within the rating that you are aiming for, you really have to understand ship's performance, and therefore it will improve on efficiency. The CII will improve on efficiencies. There's no doubt about it. How it will come out in a couple of years from now, it's very difficult to say, because CII is, you could say, the stick or the penalty that you risk of having non-compliance with your ships is not the biggest in the world. It's something that is possible to handle, and you will know well in advance if you have a problem. But the key here is, how will the cargo owners and the ship financing, how will they deal with the CII? Because if they think the CII is important for their business, that the vessels that are transporting their goods, that is a good rated vessel, if they think that this is important, then it will have a huge impact on shipping. If the cargo owners, they don't really care, they just want the cheapest transportation, then the CII will have less impact. That is our impression as it is right now. I think my perception right now, here right in the middle of it, is that it's a very well organized event. I think there is a little bit of over-representation of suppliers, and it could have been a bit more interesting if we had more shipping companies participating, but there is a lot. Overall, I'm very satisfied. And I think we get to talk to a lot of shipping companies, which is of course why we are here as a supplier. So I think it's very positive, and definitely we will think about coming here again if you plan to arrange this at a later point in time, which I'm sure you will. So overall, very satisfied.